Por isso que tem sempre que sair preparado, mano, com bastante poção, né?
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torg.
Se liga. Tô ligado, Merlin. Fala comigo.
Where did you get him? Like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and, seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Caralho, que da hora! Que da hora!
Now, the annals...
Os anais? Que porra é essa, cara? Os anais não afirmam explicitamente, mas tem um motivo para crer que essa rainha era uma dominante de Shiva. Que porra é essa, mano?
I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
Esse FF foi do camelô.
Granted Torgal his powers.
What?
Just like Fenrir.
Não sei, Isaac.
To my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And
o Torgal é bravo, mano.
Concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shan't be a moment.
Ó o barulho de serrote. Serra, serra, serrador. Quantas taubas já serrou. E a Merlin? Tu ia falar alguma coisa, Merlin? Ah, mano, não se liga aí e não falou mais nada.
Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back.
Olha de aranha.
Bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Ou vem testar o Caioané de novo, é verdade.
Clive, I'll pay you back, I promise.
Fale com Vivian.
Merlin 123 fortaleceu com R$3. Depois que conheci tua live, toda a xícara de café ficou mais gostosa. Beijo.
Que delícia. Big beijo. Valeu, Merlin. Obrigado pelas 3 pilas. Já deixa eu botar mais 10 minutões aqui na live. Braba demais. Obrigado, Merlin. Mercenária. Vambora. Olha o cafezinho. Pam, 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 pam,
think I'll wait till Midsummer Ways to talk.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What?
E aí? Que silêncio ensurdecedor.
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
Clive, have you got a minute?
Até 2, meu amigo.
We, have a guest.
A guest?
Ah, o tio dele!
Trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight. Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Ask and stoke the ovens for your favorite uncle is here!
Da hora. Enquanto isso... Orlas gêmeas. O novo Capitólio Sagrado. Cai muito bonito, mano.
Almekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as
Enquanto isso, no luxo do castelo. Muito bom.
We shall just have to have the
Saudade de Castelo Rá-Tim-Bum, cara. Legal demais.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred.
Caralho.
For every
Caralho.
home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
Pode de aranha.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
Caralho, mano. Aí, o bagulho vai ficar tenso pra caralho, hein? O bagulho vai ficar sinistro, mano. Você é doido. Pô, acho que eu vou almoçar, hein, galera. Tô ficando com fome, mano. Vamos lá falar com o titio. O titio tá lá embaixo esperando nós. Ei, Chicão, trampou hoje? Ele é um tanquezinho de guerra, mano. Insane, né?
Well, fuck me. Never thought I'd see the day Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses came to tea.
Caralho, o homem chegou cedinho, ó. Coisa linda. O cara também pegou 6 horas da manhã, mas chegou agora. E aí, tudo bem? Como é que foi lá? Já almoçou? Já almocei também. Trampei. Tô vivendo a tensão de saber se os caras vão me usar de bode expiatório ou não. Segunda for ver isso. Porra. Fala aí, titio.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was.
O meu tá em inglês. Eu tô jogando em inglês. Mas tem como jogar em japonês, francês, caralho.
Mas minha mãe falou uma frase que eu tive que concordar com ela.
You there?
Qual frase? A boca maior que tudo também, né? Quer falar tudo que pensa.
Oh, que cu de curioso não tem dono.
É o cu, Chico. Bem-vindo de volta aí na Ponosdale. Beleza, Aranha?
Gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Eu sempre caio nesses bait dele que eu penso que ele vai falar sério.
I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you.
Mas será ela falou pra eu responder ou argumentar se for algo que tiver consequência. Se for apenas o cara enchendo o saco, melhor deixar os caras falar. Deixa ele falar lá, deixa ele desabafar.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure magics needed to mend
literalmente
his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Pô, esse Kupka, ele parece o Thanos, mano.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rothfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, But as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Beleza. Você vê que meu líder não resolveu e vou no RH reclamar. Pô. Não resolveu o BO, vai lá fazer fofoca dele. Foda-se. É isso. E aí, Otto?
Otto. Lucas at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Lebre do Deserto.
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto,
Ué,
I'm leaving you two in charge.
por que ele tava preocupado?
On us.
Igor tava comendo um bagulho de velho. Aí a dúvida, tu gosta de danoninho? De danoninho? Gosto.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
Lá ele.
Come,
Não
let us
entendi.
away to adventure.
Tava comendo um bagulho e veio a dúvida. Tu gosta de danoninho? Danoninho. Meu Deus. Caralho, essa foi longe. O deserto Velcroy. Bora. Esse mapa é novo, hein? Ainda soltou um gosto sincero. Gosto. Eu se divirto, mano.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from it. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Olha só. Enigma das Areias. Legal. Da hora, hein? Esse mapa parece ser grande, hein? Mapinha parece ser promissor, eu diria.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to
O
lose.
site que falou que esse game tem 40 horas mentiu. Mentiu firme. Eu tô com 27 horas. Mano, acredito que tem assim na Ponosa. É que eu sou aquele cara que explora tudo, mano. Exploro tudo e todos, tá ligado? Aí é foda mesmo. Provavelmente, se você ver qualquer outra pessoa jogando isso aqui, no mesmo local que eu tô, provavelmente essa pessoa ela vai estar com um level mais baixo que eu, geralmente. Eu tô level 32.
Years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
Voltei, amigos. Ô, Bimbim, bem-vinda de volta. Rapaziada, não queria falar nada, não. Mas olha só, a gente começou a live hoje e a gente só teve 10 minutos só de stack, galera. Pelo amor de Deus, vamos estacar a hora nessa live aí. Estamos com 14 horas de live. Mas podendo empurrar muito mais, galera. E lembrando, vou soltar uma parada aqui. Se estacar mais, amanhã, domingão, vai ter live, porra. Então vamos estacar, caralho. Você falou pra si mesmo fazer render meus 300 pila nessa porra. Não, mano, também. Mas é porque eu sou aquele cara, mano. Eu gosto de pegar o conteúdo todo do jogo, tá ligado? Se eu puder, vou fazer, mano. Ainda mais pra mostrar pra galera aqui, mano. Porque eu vejo muito streamer por aí, cara. E, pô, os caras jogam a parada muito raso, velho. Porra, o jogo às vezes cheio de conteúdo da hora, tá ligado? Pra ser mostrado. Porra, os caras jogam uma história ali só e foda-se, já era, mano. Tá dando um XP legal essa área, hein? 150. Aproveitar aqui esse momento pra fazer um jabá aí. Quem quiser me dar Diablo 4, tô aceitando. Pô, tô aceitando também, Bimbim. Aceita o Pix, boleto, cartão de crédito. Aceita a bunda? Você aceitar a bunda? Cara, eu não lembro aonde foi que eu falei isso. Eu cheguei acho que num local, numa lanchonete. Aí eu cheguei serinho pro cara, falei, mano, tu tá aceitando bunda? Aí ele, o quê? Ele, tu aceita a bunda? Dinheiro em espécie. Aí tu me complica aí. Ou fui o outro dia no centro da cidade. Quase falei isso pra moça do salgado. Fala, senhora, você tá aceitando bunda? Caralho, mano. A pessoa deve ficar sem reação, pô. Porra, é essa? Esse cara tá perguntando se eu aceito bunda.
Tim, o trem vai passando e ora vou estacando.
Naponoso mandou 235.
Psicopata, maluco! Cara, o cara é maluco, velho. O cara é maluco, mano.
Naponoso mandou 235 bit.
Tirou o fone por quê? Porque meu ouvido tá doendo. Meu Deus, cara, o cara é um psicopata, velho.
35 bit.
Ai, caralho, mano, tinha mais um, velho.
Naponoso mandou 235 bit.
É, ainda tinha mais um. Tinha mais um trem escondido. Cenário! Caralho, meu irmão! Obrigado, Naponoso. Chuva de mercenário pro ombro, porra! Pelo amor de Deus, velho! Você é doido?
Naponoso mandou 60 bitolas.
Sim.
Tamo junto. E meta
Tamo
de
junto.
batida.